Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Tawhid from IECC. So we are happy to here to serve you, and today I am really glad we have a special guest with us, Mr. Leecen Hoh from Lakehead University. And as you know that the Lakehead University is one of the most popular university in Canada, and its popularity getting high day by day in Bangladesh and all across the globe. So I am really glad and thankful to Mr. Hoh for making time for today's session. So here we will discuss about the Lakehead University as a whole, at the program they are offering, their tuition fees range, and all the important aspect of Canadian study. সো আপনারা যারা এই আজকের কনভারসেশনটা শুনছেন, আজকে আমরা লেকেড ইউনিভার্সিটির সাথে আছি। লেকেড ইউনিভার্সিটি আপনারা সবাই জানেন যে ওয়ান অফ দ্য পপুলার ইউনিভার্সিটি কানাডাতে। তারা ওয়াইড রেঞ্জ অফ কোর্স অফার করে, সেটা আপনার আন্ডারগ্র্যাড থেকে মাস্টার্স থেকে পিএইচডি লেভেল পর্যন্ত, এবং এদের লোকেশনটা অনেক অ্যাট্রাকটিভ এবং কেরিয়ার ওরিয়েন্টেড প্রোগ্রামগুলো তারা কানাডাতে অফার করে থাকে। তো আজকে আপনাদের সুবিধার্থে আপনাদের যে কোনো কোয়েশ্চেন থাকলে লেকেড ইউনিভার্সিটি এবং কানাডার স্টাডি ব্যাপারে আমাদের সাথে যোগাযোগ করতে পারেন। আমাদের কমেন্ট বক্স খোলা আছে, আপনারা কমেন্টের মাধ্যমে আমাদেরকে আপনাদের যে কোনো কোয়ারিজ জানান। আমরা আমাদের এই ইভেন্টের বিভিন্ন সময় আপনাদের কোয়েশ্চেনগুলো আনসার করার চেষ্টা করব। সো নাও আই উইল হ্যান্ড ওভার দ্য ইনিশিয়াল প্রেজেন্টেশন টু মিস্টার হো, and he will brief you regarding the Lakehead University first, and then we'll discuss more in depth of his presentation. So thank you very much, Mr. Hoh, for your time. You can go ahead.
Thank you very much for having me here. Hello, everybody out there. I hope everybody is good and safe in Bangladesh. Okay, and I do understand it's not easy for everybody during this COVID-19, but I just wish that everybody would stay cautious, okay, stay safe, and don't forget your social distancing, okay. Let's help yourself and everybody else to stay safe. Okay, now, first of all, allow me to introduce myself a little bit. My name is Hoh, very simple name, H-O-H, okay, my name is here, all right. I am the regional manager in charge of Southeast Asia for Lakehead University. Now, Lakehead University, for your information, is a public university in Canada. Yes, it is a public university, a government university in Canada. We are not a private university, yeah? Okay. Now, everybody knows about Canada, okay? But every time I ask Bangladeshi students and parents that I met when I am visiting your country in Bangladesh, every time I ask them, do you know Canada? Everybody say, yes, I do know Canada. It's a very nice country, but it's very far and very cold. Okay, that is the so-called standard reply that I have when I talk to Bangladesh students and parents. But let me tell you more. Canada is actually one of the best country to study, okay, in this world today. Now, before I tell you about Lakehead University, my university, I would like to ask everybody out there, especially students out there, if you are listening, do you know that in this world today, okay, which country has the most international students? Okay, again, the question is, which country in this world today have the most international students? The answer is America, okay? USA has the most international students among all other countries. USA have more than 1 million international students studying in America right now, okay? Now, which is the second country that has the most international students? Anybody want to guess? Okay, the answer is Australia. Okay, Australia is the second country that has the most international students. Now, actually, the most important question is, which is the number 3 country right now that has the most international students? The answer is Canada. Surprise! I think a lot of you guys out there do not know that Canada actually is the number 3 country right now in the world that have most international students. There are more than 500,000. To be exact, there are more than 600 over 1,000 international students are studying in Canada right now. And that was the figures 1 year before. Okay, right now I think it's more than that. Now, why there are so many international students, okay, studying in Canada? More than 500,000 of them. Okay, so Canada is number 3 country in the world right now. There must be a good reason. Okay, Canada as a country offer a lot of good things. One of the best thing is affordability at the international world-class standard education. Now, Canadian dollar, for your information, is much smaller compared to the US dollars. Okay, so it makes Canada cheaper. But the standard of education in Canada is actually very, very good. Now, Lakehead University is one of the public university we have in Canada. Well, students out there, if you are listening, now, what I'm going to do for the next 20 minutes is I am going to tell you more about Lakehead University. I'm going to tell you more about our programs, the duration, the intake, how much is the fees, entry requirement. I will tell you about scholarship as well. So let me finish all this presentation, all this information, and then later on, I'm going to open up the floor for everybody to ask your questions. Don't worry, a lot of questions. I can guarantee you, majority of the questions that you are planning to ask right now will be answered in my presentation in the next 20 minutes. So hold your horses, okay? Don't go away. Let's listen to my presentation, and then later I'm going to open up the floor for everybody to ask questions, okay? Now, Lakehead University, we are a government university in Ontario, Canada. The name of the state, the name of the province is called Ontario. Okay? Everybody knows Toronto in Canada, okay? Now, Toronto is in the same province as Lakehead University. But Lakehead, we are not located in Toronto. We are located, we have 2 campuses. Our main campus is in a city called Thunder Bay. It's Thunder Bay, Ontario. That's the name of the city. We have another campus in Oleria. It's also in the province of Ontario. Now, how far is Oleria and Thunder Bay? How far are these 2 cities from Toronto? Now, Toronto, well, it's quite a big state, a big province. I think it's bigger than Bangladesh. Okay, the state itself is bigger than Bangladesh. Okay, Toronto is located in the southern tips of Ontario. Thunder Bay, our main campus, is on the western side of the province. So we are on the western side of Ontario. Now, how far is it from Toronto? How far is Thunder Bay from Toronto? It's about 1.5 hours away, but 1.5 hours by plane. Oh yes, flying we are talking about. Okay, 1.5 hours away by plane. Well, it's a big country, it's a big state, okay? Now, our smaller campus, Oleria, is nearer to Toronto. It's about 2 hours driving. Now, this is driving, yeah? Okay, 2 hours driving away from Toronto. So it really depends on you. Okay, if you want to stay nearby a big city like Toronto, you can choose our Oleria campus. If not, you can stay in our Thunder Bay campus. Okay, again, students out there, Don't worry. A lot of the question that you are asking or you plan to ask will be explained in my 20 minutes presentation later. Okay, from entry requirements to the program, everything you will get answer. So just listen to my presentation for now. Yeah. Okay. Now, our Oleria campus is a smaller campus. Only limited programs are being offered there. Okay, BBA is offered there, and IT and computers are being offered there. The rest of the program will be at our main campus in Thunder Bay. Okay, so I would assume that majority of you will be ended up at our main campus in Thunder Bay. Now, Lakehead University, a public university in Ontario, Canada. How big is our size? Our student population is about 11,000 students. Yeah. Now, 11,000 students in Canada is quite a size, okay? And please don't compare Bangladesh population with Canada's population, okay? Okay. It's like comparing a big coconut with an apple, okay? It's not a fair comparison. Bangladesh, your country is not big, but you have plenty of people. Canada, the country is huge, but the population is small in relative to the size of the country. So we have about 11,000 students. Now in Canada's size, that is above average in size, yeah? You will see a lot of university and colleges in Canada, 3,000, 4,000, 7,000 students. So 11,000 students is quite a sizable university. Although we are a medium-sized university of 11,000 population, our programs offering are very comprehensive. Okay. What do you mean by comprehensive? By comprehensive, I mean we offer a lot of different programs and majors, a lot of subjects. Okay, Bangladesh students, you guys call that subjects. We offer more than 80 different subjects. Again, more than 80 different subjects from 10 faculties. A lot of things that we offer, from sciences, engineering, to social sciences, to BBA, to psychology, to computer science, IT, whatever it is, okay, we have it. And all this program are being offered at different level. We offer it at the bachelor's level, master's level, and PhD's levels. So we have all the levels that you are looking for. Now, don't worry, I'm going to tell you the entry requirement for all the levels in a few short while. So please bear with me. We are going to talk about the entry requirement. We are also going to talk about the fees of all these subjects or programs. Yeah? Okay. So we have more than 80 different programs. If you want to know what are all the 80 different programs, okay, sorry, it's too long. It's not possible for me to list it out right now. If I list it out, then it will be the next morning, okay? So go to our website. You will find out all the 80 plus different programs. Or you can visit, okay, IECC, okay, office. They will give you our brochures, and on the brochure it will list out all the different subjects or programs that we offer. Okay, now next thing, let's talk about entry requirements. I know there are a few questions being asked already. What is the entry requirements into different level of the programs at Lakehead University? Now let's talk about undergraduate programs. Okay, undergraduate program means a bachelor's level programs. Yeah. Now the entry requirement into our bachelor's program, there are two entry requirements. Number one, result. We are going to look at your result. Number two, English language standard. Yes, Ielts or TOEFL. Okay, now let's talk about the first one first. Let's talk about the academic entry requirements. Now, from my experience dealing with Bangladeshi students and parents over the years, there are two main groups of students. Number one, students from the local Bangladeshi exam board, which is HSC, okay? Higher Secondary School Certificate, HSC students. The second type is you are from the English medium, okay? A-levels, O-level students. Now let's talk about the local board students first, HSC students, higher secondary school students. If you are HSC students, your minimum GPA, okay, in your HSC, minimum GPA must be 4 or better. Okay, GPA minimum 4 to join our bachelor's degree. Okay, very straightforward. We will look at your GPA in your HSC minimum 4. Now, if you are from the English medium school, okay, let's say you are from the A-levels, okay, must be A-levels, yeah? O-levels alone cannot, okay? O-level alone cannot be accepted into our bachelor's degree. You must have A-levels. Now, for A-levels, there are two ways to join with A-levels. If you are A-level students, you should know that there are two type of levels in A-level systems, A2 and AS. Okay? If you have A2, you can use 2 A2 subjects. Yes, we only need 2 A2 subjects to join our bachelor's degree. What is the minimum grade? Grade C, C or better. That means 2C in your A2 subjects. So 2 C's in your A2 subjects would pretty much qualify you into most of our bachelor's degrees program. Now, if you don't have A2, if you are an AS student, actually you don't need A2 to join. You can join with your AS subjects. Oh yes, you can join with your AS subjects. But we need 4 AS subjects to join our bachelor's degree. What is the minimum grade? Same, C, 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 C or better. So for English medium students, you can join our bachelor's degree using 2 A2 subjects or 4 AS subjects, up to you. So that is the academic result requirement into our bachelor's degree. Now, most of the time, the students from Bangladesh I met have no problem, no big problem fulfilling the academic requirement. Now, the English language requirement is always the problem. Okay? Now, Ielts or TOEFL, not both, Ielts or TOEFL, choose one. Okay? And we also accept Duolingo. Okay? Now, what is the minimum Ielts requirements? Minimum overall band of 6.5. Yes, minimum band 6.5 or better. And no section should be less than a 6.0. Let me repeat, minimum band 6.5 with no section less than a 6. So that is our entry requirement for Ielts. So again, you need to have result, you need to have English requirement to join our bachelor's degree. Now, I know some of you guys is going to ask, my result is okay, but I don't have Ielts, or my Ielts is not up to 6.5. Can I still join? Let me answer your question by using examples, okay? By using example. Let's say in front of us, there are 3 students here. In front of us, there are 3 students, student A, student B, student C. Student A, result, very good, no problem. Ielts, no problem. So for student A, of course, you are most welcome to apply to Lakehead University. Lakehead University is going to give you a full offer. Okay, we are going to give you a full offer because student A, your result is good, your English is also good. No question asked, full offer. Now, the second student, student B. Now, student B is different. Student B is like this. Student B result, no problem. HSC, more than 4.0 GPA. Or AS subject, minimum CC, no problem. Now, student B have problem with Ielts. Student B, maybe student B doesn't have Ielts at all, or student B do not get Ielts up to 6.5. We will still accept student B. Yes, student B can apply. I will still accept student B, but we will give a conditional offer to student B. The condition is you are required to spend extra time to study our intensive English program first. After passing the intensive English program, then you can move on to the whatever academic programs that you want to study. So that is student B. Let me repeat again, yeah? Student B is like this. Result, no problem. English, problem. Conditional offer. The condition is study intensive English program first. Once you pass the intensive program, then you can join the normal program. I know some of you guys, some of the student B out there right now is going to ask me this question. I don't mind spending more time to study intensive English, but can you tell me how much extra time do I need to do that intensive English program? Now, my answer is this. The duration of this extra English intensive program varies. It depends on you. It depends on the English standard of you right now. For example, if your English standard is pretty good, maybe you need 2 months or 3 months. That's it. After that, you can continue into the normal program. If your English standards right now is average, well, maybe you need 6 months or 7 months. If your English standard is horrible, it's not good, maybe you need 9 months, 10 months, or even 12 months. So how long is this intensive English program going to be? It depends on how good or how bad is your English standard when you submit your application. Okay? Now, I don't care whether how many months of this intensive English program you are required to study. As long as you pass, you just pass it, then you can continue into the normal academic programs. Okay? You do not need to do an official Ielts test again. Yes, you do not need to show me an official Ielts score. Okay, so actually, for some students out there, you do not like to take Ielts exam, no problem. Just do our intensive English program. As long as you pass, proceed into the normal program. Yeah. So that is student B. Now, student C, we have a student called student C here. Student C is different from student B. Student C, result, no good, but English, very good. Sorry, we will not consider student C. You are right. We do not accept student C at all because your result is not good, although your English is good. Okay? Your result not good, you cannot change that. If your English is not good, like student B just now, student B can spend extra time to improve its English. But for student C, your English is good. Your problem is result. Your result is fixed already. Unless you want to go back time, retake your HSC or retake your A levels. If not, so student C, very sorry, we cannot accept student C. Meaning, between the two, your result is more important, you know? So that is my answer about entry requirement. So think about it. Are you student A or are you student B or are you student C? If you are either student A or student B, yes, please, you are welcome to apply to Lakehead University. Now let's move forward. Entry requirement for postgraduate programs. Okay, if you are interested in our master's program, okay, we have two entry requirements, the same two entry requirements. Number one, we are going to look at your result. Number two, Ielts requirement. Result, we will look at your bachelor's degree result. If you have finished a bachelor's degree in Bangladesh, any university, as long as it is a recognized one, okay, the minimum CGPA you need is 3.0. Yes, 3 CGPA, minimum 3.0 CGPA to get into most of our master's degree. Okay, again, most Bangladeshi students that I met over the years do not have problem with the CGPA. English is the problem. Now, what is the minimum Ielts requirement? It's the same, 6.5. Yes, it is the same like undergraduate, 6.5 band, no section is less than a 6. So those are the two entry requirements into our master's degree program. Again, the same student A, student B, student C. Okay, let me repeat. Student A, your result, no problem. Your bachelor's degree CGPA, no problem. Your English, no problem. Student A, full offer. Student B, your result, no problem, but you do not fulfill the English requirement. That's okay. You can still apply. We will still give you a conditional offer. The condition is you need to spend extra time to do our intensive English program. That's it. Student C, same thing. Student C, your result no good. Your CGPA in your bachelor's degree no good, but your English is good. Sorry, we are not able to accept you into our master's degree. I know some of you guys are going to ask me, but minimum 3.0 CGPA in bachelor's degree. What if I have 2.9? Can I apply? Well, yes, 2.9. Just submit, okay? We will do our best to look at your subjects. How about CGPA 2.8? Well, send it to us. Let us look at all your subjects, okay? Anything lower than 2.8, I think your chances might not be high, okay? So those are the entry requirements for our graduate programs. Okay, if you have any question, okay, don't worry, you can ask me later after this presentation. Okay, next very important thing is how many intakes are there in a year? We have two big intakes in a year. January intake, September intake. Again, January intake, September intake. Two intakes in a year. Okay, so the next one upcoming will be January 2021. If you are interested to apply, you don't have much time now. We have already started our registration for January 2021 a few weeks already. Well, we still got time, but time is getting packed. So after this presentation, if you are interested in our January intake, please quickly contact me. My email is here, or visit IECC office. The counselor over there is going to guide you with the application procedures. Okay? So again, January 2021 intake have already started. Okay? If you want to know more, please contact us. Now, next thing, let's talk about very important thing. Money. Yes. Let's talk about fees. How much do you need to spend to study at Lakehead University, Canada? Now, different programs at Lakehead University, the fees varies. Okay, there are cheaper ones, there are expensive ones. So different program, different fees. The cheaper one usually are non-sciences or humanities and arts. The expensive one usually are sciences like engineering. Okay, so it depends on which major or which subject that you are studying. Okay, maybe we take an example, something in the middle. Let's take BBA for example, since BBA is the most popular subject that Bangladeshi students want to study. Okay, how much is the BBA course at Lakehead University? Okay, the tuition fees. Okay, the tuition fees for BBA per year. This is per year, yeah? It's about Canadian dollar 28,000 Canadian dollars per year. Again, 28,000 Canadian dollars per year. Take note, this is Canadian dollar. This is not US dollars. Canadian dollar is smaller than US dollars. Okay, I'm sorry, I do not know the exchange rate between Taka and Canadian dollar. Please go and find out. But what I know is Canadian dollar is about the same like Australian dollar. Okay, so go and find out the exchange rate right now. So it's about 28,000 Canadian dollars per year. Now this 28,000 per year does not include cost of living. Yeah, how much is the cost of living at Lakehead University? Good news. Surprise! The cost of living at Thunder Bay Lakehead University is quite affordable. Now, let's assume that you are an international student and you are staying at our dormitory, our university dormitory. Yes, we have a very big campus. Okay, we do have on-campus accommodation. We have different types of on-campus accommodation for you. We have dormitory rooms, we have apartments, we have townhouses, we have different choices for you. Now, assuming that you are staying on our so-called university dormitory and on a twin sharing basis, you are required to pay, this is every month, yeah, not every year, every month, about 1,600 Canadian dollars only. It is 1,600 Canadian dollars per month only. And this money is inclusive of your food. Oh yes, it's accommodation and food. So it's only 1,600, about 1,600 Canadian dollars per month. And the food would be 3 meals in a day and buffet style. Okay, guys, for you guys out there who eats a lot, no worry. This is buffet style. Okay, eat until you drop. Okay, all right. So it's quite affordable, the cost of living. Okay, at Thunder Bay Lakehead University. Okay, now we have already touched on many key issues here. I have informed everybody the different programs that we offer. We have talked about the entry requirements for both undergraduate and postgraduate. We talk about the fees. The next thing I want to talk about is scholarship. I know some of you guys out there is going to ask me, do you offer any scholarship? The answer is yes, we do. We do offer a scholarship for international students. Pretty good scholarship, I would say. Okay. However, our scholarship are only applicable to undergraduate programs only. Yes, only undergraduate programs. Masters and PhD, sorry, we do not offer scholarship for international students at the master's and PhD level. Only undergraduate level. Now, the scholarship, okay, are partial scholarship, not full scholarship, yeah, are partial scholarship. Okay, and the good news about our scholarship is this: they are all automatic scholarship. Now, what do I mean by automatic scholarship? Automatic means you don't need to apply separately. You don't need to fill up a form called scholarship form. No such things. You don't need to do all that. When you submit your application to us, you have to show us your result, right? You have to show us your Ielts score, right? Yes. At that moment, we will look at your result. We will look at your Ielts score. If your result is good, your English is good, we are going to give you the scholarship. We will put it in the offer letter. Congratulations. You have been awarded a scholarship. Yes, that is what I mean by automatic scholarship. That means you don't need to tell me, you don't need to ask me, am I eligible for scholarship? No need to ask that. When you submit the application, we will look at your result. We will decide right on the spot. If you qualify, we will give it to you immediately. So, students out there, if you want to find out whether you qualified for scholarship, submit your application as soon as possible. Why as soon as possible? Because we have limited number of scholarship, yeah? And there are a lot of international students from around the world, different countries, are applying for scholarship. Whoever apply first and your result fulfill the requirement, we will award the scholarship. That means the slower you submit the application forms, the less you need of scholarship because it's have been given out to qualified students. So the earlier you submit your application, the more chances you have for scholarship. Remember that, yeah? If you want to know more about our scholarship information, feel free to email me over here. Okay, my email is here. Or visit IECC office. The counselor over there is going to provide you more information about our Lakehead University scholarship for international students. Okay, I think enough information for the time being. I do not want to overload you with too much information. Okay, what I'm going to do is for the next 15 to 20 minutes, I'm going to open up the floor for all students and parents out there. If you have any question, feel free to ask all the questions. I promise you, I'm going to answer every and each one of your questions. You can ask your question, you can type it, you can ask it, or type it in English, or you can ask your question in Bengali if you want. Is up to you. Okay? Come, let's open for the Q&A session right now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ho, for explaining Lakehead University and his program most easiest way possible. And I think by this time, many students already get their answer. So still আপনাদের যদি কারো লেকেড ইউনিভার্সিটি সম্বন্ধে কোনো কোয়ারিজ থাকে অ্যাডমিশন স্কলারশিপ অথবা ওদের ইনটেক গুলা নিয়ে সাবজেক্ট গুলা নিয়ে আপনারা আমাদেরকে ইনবক্স করতে পারেন আমরা এখন এই ডিসকাশন পর্বে চলে যাচ্ছি যে আপনাদের এনি পার্টিকুলার কোশ্চেন আমরা এখানে আনসার দেওয়ার চেষ্টা করব সো ফার্স্ট অফ অল মিস্টার হো আই উড লাইক টু অ্যাড্রেস সাম অফ দ্য কোশ্চেন উই অলরেডি হ্যাভ মিস্টার আসিয়ান asking about the MBA program. His CGPA is 2.6 and is there any GMAT requirements for MBA program?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ashian. The answer is yes. Now, if you are interested in our MBA program, yes, GMAT and GRE, GMAT or GRE, either one, is required. Okay, MBA is the only program, okay, that requires GMAT or GRE. Okay, other master's degree, no, we don't need that. Only MBA program. Okay, and the academic requirement into our MBA program is quite selective. Okay, usually, okay, student have a pretty high CGPA in their bachelor's degree will be accepted. Okay, but of course, because I do not have your transcript, okay, because I do not have your transcript in front of me, I do not know what are the subjects that you do well and what are the subjects that you did not do well. So in order to confirm whether we will so-called accept you or not into our MBA program, I would encourage you to bring all your documents, okay, to see our counselor at IECC. They are going to, okay, look at your result, okay, and then they will guide you further about your admission into our MBA program. Okay, so I need more information in order to tell you yes or no. Okay?
Mr. Ho, correct me if I am wrong. So I think you got a pre-MBA program. Like some students don't have the GMAT, they can do a pre-MBA or pre-foundation program, and then later can join the MBA program. Could you please tell me a little bit about that?
Okay, we do have such a program. Okay, in the UK and Australia, they call it bridging program. Although we have a different name, but those programs, okay, we also have minimum entry requirements. Okay, so that is the reason why I would like to encourage Mr. Asian to bring in all his documents to IECC so that our counselor over there is going to look at it and then show it to me, and then if he's allowed to go direct into MBA, everybody is happy. If he cannot, then maybe we are talking about the program that you have just mentioned. So whichever the program, because not enough information right now to make a decision, okay? So please bring all your documents to the office and show it to us, okay?
So I hope Mr. Ashian got your answer that at first please bring your documents and we will share your details to Lakehead University and they will assess your case and advise you the best possible option for you. And in this matter, Mr. Ho, I would like to ask a couple of questions regarding the percentage you're looking for a master's student, because you know in Bangladesh there are various type of university, public university, private university, and different private university also follows different grading system. So if we consider like some other student Mohammad Abdullah asking like the percentage actually you are looking for except the CGPA, like in Dhaka University they give first division with only 60% mark, and from North South University you got 80% mark but your CGPA is 2.4 or 5.
Okay.
So how you could balance these things?
Okay, we do understand that different university from different country use different type of grading system. Yeah. Okay. As far as I know, majority of the university right now in Bangladesh, they are using the US CGPA system. So minimum CGPA 3. If you are using the percentage system, we are looking at minimum average of 70% or better. Okay. Now, if you are from the so-called the British first class, second class type of grading system, we are looking at minimum a second upper. Okay, that is if you are from the British system. Don't worry, we are expert in different education system around the world. Your job is just to bring in all your documents so that we can look at it. Now, there are some questions over here by a few students. Number one question just now asking about, do we need working experience to get into our MBA program? The answer is no, we do not need working experience. Okay. Okay, another question here is, what is the minimum IELTS requirement for MBA program? As mentioned earlier, minimum overall band of 6.5. IELTS minimum 6.5 with no section less than a 6. Okay. Okay, how much is the, we have some more questions about
It is
fee.
without IELTS possibility, Miss Tanya Alam asking.
Again, Tanya, maybe just now you missed our example of student A, student B, and student C. Okay. Student A is you met both the academic and English requirements. Student A, it will be a full offer. If you are student B means your academic okay, but your English is not okay. We will still accept you as a student B, but it will be a conditional offer. The condition is, as a student B, you are required to do our intensive English program first. Once you pass our intensive English program, you can continue into whatever program, the MBA program, the bachelor's program, or other programs. Okay? So that is my answer for your question. The expenses, how much is the expenses? For our master's, most of our master's degree program, 1 year, it's about 25,000 Canadian dollars, about 25,000 Canadian dollars. Certain programs are higher, certain programs are cheaper. Okay. There's another question from Mr. Nafio. Entry requirements for O level, OA levels. Okay, most probably Nafio also missed our discussion just now. Okay, if you are from the English medium school, we are looking at minimum A-level students. If you are O-level, alone, sorry, we do not accept O-level alone students. You need to have O-level and A-level. For A-level, you can join with AS subject, or you can join with A2 subjects. So, Mr. Nafio, because I do not see your transcript, I do not understand your background, so I would encourage you to bring your O-level as well as your A-level transcript to talk to our counselor at IECC. Okay, they will show it to me. From one look, I would know whether you qualify or not and which program you qualify. Okay, to join. Okay, so
Okay, and I think Mr. Ho already discussed during the presentation the A-level requirements is you need at least 2 C's in your A-levels or 4 C's in your AS level. So if you are looking for the admission requirements, you need to have 2 A-level subject and with minimum C, right, Mr. Ho?
yes. So just bring your O-level and A-level transcript, result, show it to our counselor at IECC. Okay, we will help you after that.
Okay, and as Mr. Ho already discussing that you need to apply as soon as possible for certain advantage, whether you are eligible for scholarship or not, and it will increase your chances of admission as well. So, Mr. Ho, could you tell us a little bit about the application payment, if you have any, and how much it is?
Okay, now let's for the benefit of everybody, okay, let's talk briefly about the application procedure if you're interested. Yeah. Now, what is the rough application procedure? Step one, if you're interested, of course, please bring all your document, your transcript, and everything to talk to our counselor at IECC, or you can email me. When we look at your result, okay, of course, we will ask you which subject or which program you want to study. And then we will look at your result. We will look at your result. We will look at your English standard, and then we will tell you, okay, if you qualify, we will help you to fill out the application forms. Okay, once the application forms is ready to submit, okay, there will be an application fees. Yes, there will be an application fees. Yeah. Okay, but the application fees is not big. It's only 100 Canadian dollars. Okay, only 100 Canadian dollars application fees. At that time, that is the only fees you need to pay. We do not need your big money at that point of the time. Okay, you just submit your form with this 100 Canadian dollars application fee. Okay, all the things is done electronically. It will be an online form. Don't worry right now. We will guide you to the form. Once you send out the form to us, of course, we will check everything. Okay, if everything is complete, you will get an offer letter within a few weeks. In a few weeks' time, we will issue you an offer letter if you are accepted. Okay? So that is a very, very simple application procedures. Okay? The form are very straightforward. Like I say, do not worry. The only thing you need to find out right now is when is the next intake. The next intake will be in January. After January, the next one will be in September 2021. Okay? So if you are interested in our upcoming January intake, time is getting very, very tight. Okay? You have to act fast. So please bring all your documents to IECC and show it to our counselor. Okay? If you are looking for the September intake, well, we still got some time. Okay? Now, Miss Sarah here is asking the time limit of getting offer letter. Like I say, with all the complete documents, offer letter should be issued within a few weeks. Of course, the earlier you submit, the earlier you know the decision.
I
Okay?
think she might interested to catch the January intake, and she's meaning what are the time she have to get the application done for the master's program for January intake, or the deadline for January intake.
Oh, okay. Now the January is starting. I think the first or second week of January. Right now is already beginning of October. Time is very, very tight. Okay, so you should, in this 1 or 2 weeks, you should complete your application processes. Okay, so do it as soon as possible. Okay. Other
And then
questions?
we got
Yes,
another question, I
yes,
think,
please.
from Jannatul Tanzin. So, do you offer any electrical engineering program, or is there any scholarship for engineering program?
Okay, Mr. Janato. Okay, Mr. Janato most probably missed my presentation
Yes,
just now. That's okay, no problem. Okay, we do offer international student scholarship, but our scholarship for international students is only for undergraduate programs, not for masters, not for PhD. But we do have a master's degree in electrical engineering. So if you want to find out whether you qualify or not without scholarship, please bring all your documents to see our counselor at IECC. We are going to help you with the admission.
So
Okay?
how much it might be cost for the master's program without scholarship?
I'm sorry?
Without scholarship, how much the course fees would be, like electrical
The,
engineering?
the average fees for most of our master's degree, it's about 25,000 Canadian per year. About 25,000 Canadian dollars per year on average. Okay? I think first of all we need to find out whether you qualify or not first, yeah. Okay, and then after that we can talk about the money matters.
So, but Ms. Jannatul, as Mr. Ho mentioned, that there is no scholarship, but as we discussed, the tuition fees is quite reasonable compared to the ranking and the facilities Lakehead University offering, as well as the living cost is also very minimum compared to other part of Canada. So you can try. So please bring your documents to us, and we'll share your details to Lakehead University, and we'll update you your eligibility for the Lakehead program you are looking for. So, Mr. Ho, though we can't discuss around 80 program you are offering, but in general Bangladesh, there are some certain program is really popular, like as you mentioned, the business program, computer science or IT program, engineering program, and law program. So, most of them you are offering at this moment, right? So, most cases
We
the
do have
student.
everything.
Yes, so that's the good thing for Lakehead University. Like some other small size university, don't offer that much of subject in their university. But in Lakehead University, almost all the popular subject a student looking for is available there. And the good thing is you already mentioned that the HSC student can apply, because some of the Canadian university don't accept HSC student, but the requirements is also quite reasonable. You only need like 4 out of 5
Yes.
GPA, CGPA in your HSC. And as we discussing, you got lot of flexibility in your English requirements. Like you can give IELTS, Duolingo, or PT, so on. On even if you are not up to the mark, you have the option for conditional offer. You can include English program if you are academically meeting the entry requirements and so on. So there are a lot of positive about Lakehead University, and we still have the chance to join January intake. And if you some cases miss the January intake, you will still have the September intake is open. So before we close to this session, I would like to know about the latest immigration situation in Canada, when we can expect students to be on campus, and what Lakehead University is willing to do in January intake in this COVID situation.
Good question, which I forgot to inform everybody. Now, for everybody's information, as we know, COVID-19 have created a lot of havoc for everybody, okay? Especially universities around the world. All the university in Canada right now, including Lakehead University, our programs are conducted online. For example, last month, a few weeks ago, our September 2020 semester have started. All the programs are fully online. Okay? Well, there are good and bad things about doing online. Okay? In terms of so-called teaching quality, do not worry. Okay? We have many international students right now doing online subjects for the September intake. Okay, everything has gone on very smoothly, regardless of which country they are from, and many of them are from Bangladesh. They are doing online classes right now from Bangladesh. Everything so far so good. There's no major complaint. Now, of all this so-called inconvenience that we experience, but there are good things come out of this COVID virus. The good thing is application deadline is basically not important anymore. Now let me explain. Okay. Now let's say uh, a lot of students around the world has been complaining to me that the Canadian student visa takes a long time, take a few months to get processed. Sometimes The semester have already started, but the visa is still not approved yet. So they cannot join the intake. They have to postpone the intake. Recently, the Canadian immigration have changed the rules. The student visa application right now is two stage. Stage 1 and stage 2. When the students, for example, let's say one of the students just now who asked question, you are interested to join our January intake. When you submit your application, let's say now, October, okay? We receive your application, everything. We issue you an offer letter. You apply for the student visa. And the student visa is going to take months, yeah? By January intake starting, oops, your visa is still not approved yet. No problem. The university still allow you to start your online class because it's online. You can start your January classes while you wait for your student visa. So that is the best thing ever. We found that, well, this virus have created a lot of problem, but this is a good thing they have created. So the application deadline is really not that crucial anymore because you can start the classes while you wait for your visa. Maybe after 1 month or after 1.5 or 2 months later, your visa approved. By then, if the border is open, you are free to fly over to start your physical classes. So right now, don't worry too much about student visa. It's too slow. I'm going to delay my intake. No, it's not going to happen. We are going to allow you to start the class while you wait for the visa. Okay?
Okay, and I think another advantage of Lakehead University, you don't charge that much of amount upfront. A student can pay a little deposit like $1,000 or something, and then they can apply for the visa initially.
Now,
Right? Because some of the
our,
university
our
ask for first year tuition fees or at least one semester tuition fees upfront.
correct. Our fees, our tuition fees are payable by the semester. Okay. Well, of course, if you got too much money or your father have too much money, you want to pay one full year, no problem. We welcome that. But you're not required to do so. Okay. You just pay by the semester. Okay. It's your choice. And about on-campus accommodation, which I mentioned earlier, it is not compulsory that you must stay on campus, yeah? For whatever reason, if you do not wish to stay on campus, you want to live off campus with some other friends, no problem, okay? We do not force you to stay on campus. The choice is yours.
Okay, so Mr. Hoh, just last question. I think we skipped like in a student from Bangladesh a little bit worried about places. As you mentioned in the beginning, most of the students know about the Toronto, but they don't know the other places like Thunder Bay or somewhere else. But they are always looking for some part-time job, not in the beginning, but later. Most of the students looking for part-time job to utilize their idle time. So, what are the part-time job opportunities near your campus?
Good question. Okay. Now, when you study at Lakehead University, I mean bachelor's, master's, PhD, whatever, I don't care what program you're studying, under the law, you are allowed to work part-time job while you are studying, maximum 20 hours a week. Yeah? Maximum 20 hours a week. Okay? That is during you are studying. There's another thing called co-op program. COOP, co-op program. Now, what is co-op programs? In other countries, in other university in other countries, they call it internship, practical training, whatever about names. In Canada, we call it co-op program. Now, this co-op program is much better than internship or practical training. Now, co-op program works like this. Let's take an example. Let's say you are an international student studying our, let's say, BBA program, okay, or engineering program, whatever program. And that program is a co-op program. 60% of all the programs at Lakehead University are co-op programs. That means co-op is compulsory for your program. Let's say you have finished, you are a year 2 students right now. You have just finished your year 2. You will say, I am ready to do my co-op program. We are going to tell you, okay, what subject are you studying? Oh, I'm studying accounting, or I'm studying finance, subjects. Okay. And then we will say, this is a list of company outside the university. This company are looking for co-op workers, which is same as your subject. Go and talk to them and try to get a co-op job. Once you get a co-op job under those company can be a company in Thunder Bay, it can be a company in Toronto, it can be a company in anywhere in Canada, and we have a few overseas, outside Canada company for you as well. Okay. When do you do this co-op job? You will do this co-op job during the semester. Now, in other country, other university, when you do your practical training or internship, usually they do it during holiday times. But co-op in Lakehead University is not holiday time. It's during the semester. Okay? That means you do not need to come to class. You do not need to come to class during that semester. What you do is you will go out there to that company. You will work full time, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 every day. Full-time job. You will get paid. How much you get paid, it really depends on the company. It depends on your subjects, it depends on the post that you get. Okay, you will get paid. Okay, and during that semester, you don't need to come to class. You just go and do this co-op job. Once you finish this semester co-op job, you come back to university and you continue your study. So this is what we call co-op job. 60% of our program are co-op. Very, very good. Not only good that you have the money, good that you have the working experience when you are studying. And that is going to look very good on your resume. Okay? Especially, excuse me, if you get a co-op job with a very good, well-known company, it's going to help you to get a full-time job much easier and better after you finish all the studies. Another good news. Just now I mentioned maximum 20 hours part-time job per week during your study. Summer, okay? There is a summer holiday, okay? Usually it's from May to August, that's summer holiday. If you want to study our summer school, feel free to take summer classes. Some of you guys would not want to study, no problem, it's not compulsory. Some of you guys want to fly back to Bangladesh to be with your family, fine. Some students decided to stay back. If you stay back and you don't study summer school, you can work full time. Yes, you can work full time in Canada. Full time means maximum 40 hours a week. Okay, so you can work part-time during the semester, maximum 20 hours a week. You can work full-time, maximum 40 hours a week during summer vacation if you are not studying. So those are some of the good things about studying in Canada. So that is very important question. Thank you, Mr. Tauhido, to remind me, which I forget to mention to everybody.
No worries, and thank you very much, Mr. Ho, for explaining the important aspect of studying Canada. So, student a lot of time think only about the cheap options like go to a cheap colleges and so on to reduce their tuition fees. But there are a lot of options. If you do a study in a well-reputed university in Canada like Lakehead, you have multiple options to earn additional money. As Mr. Ho mentioned, that you are always can do part-time jobs within your study 20 hours. You can also earn during your summer holidays if you stay in Canada. And the most important part is you have lot of co-op options, especially in Lakehead University, where in between your semester you can do full-time job in a reputed company where you can earn as a full-time employee of this company, and it will also add up in your CV so that it will be helpful to getting job. And that's why I think Lakehead University have very high employability rate due to their beautiful co-op system. So there are a lot of options, so you do not only have to consider about the tuition fees, you need to know other option and what are the benefit you are getting from that tuition fees as well. So I don't hold you, Mr. Ho. Thank you for giving so much time. And in between, if we have any further queries or the student asks any queries, we will share with you, and hopefully we will get back sooner and to discuss more in future events. So thank you very much. Looking forward to see you in Bangladesh when situation is getting little better.
Thank you very much, everybody. Okay, as mentioned earlier, if you need more information, feel free to contact us or visit our IECC to get more information. Until next time, okay, hopefully I can see everybody in person in Bangladesh. Okay, all right, bye bye, guys.
থ্যাংক ইউ এভরিওয়ান, আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আবার দেখা হবে আপনাদের সাথে। ভালো থাকবেন, আর এর মধ্যে আপনাদের যদি কোয়ারিজ থাকে আমাদেরকে কোয়ারিজ করবেন। বাই, টেক কেয়ার।
Bye bye.